just wanted to know what you think, what kind of guy he was.
Hey, man, he was a little kid.
He was a kid?
Yeah.
When you say how old was he?
He was 11.
11. What was he like when he was a little kid?
He was a sweet little kid. He wasn't violent, and he wasn't bad. The way they got it, the way they talking about now, that's not true. It's not true.
Like when you say...
Every time somebody says something, they change it around. He was this and he was that, and I know that he was not.
Well, what was he like then? In other words, when he was growing up, like, did he have a sense of humor?
Yes, he did.
How did you find out that your nephew was killed?
What you mean how I found out he was killed?
Did you get a phone call?
No. They just burned the picture here.
If I was to see this young man on the street, I've never seen him, right? What would I see? What did he look like? Was he a tall fellow? Was he short?
He was this short. He was very short. To be his age, he was real short.
Was he a bright fellow? Was he a smart guy?
Yeah, he was very bright and very smart. He can draw, he can read, he can write.
What kind of food did he like? I mean, was he...
He loved food, gyros. You know, he ate a lot. Mm-hmm. When Mama had barbecues, he ate that. He ate a lot.
Why was his nickname Yummy?
Because he loved cookies.
His nickname was Yummy because he loved cookies?
Yeah.
What was his favorite cookie?
Chocolate chip. Oreo. You know them chocolate chips in the blue bag? That's what he liked.
What's your name?
My name is Gloria.
Gloria, did he have, like, when he was growing up, did he have any heroes? Did he have any sports heroes?
He liked a lot of cars. He liked to fix on cars and stuff like that.
Did he ever talk about what he wanted to be when he was growing up?
Not to my knowledge. Maybe to my mother, but not to my knowledge.
Robert Yummy Sandifer was born on March 12, 1983 in Chicago, Illinois. Robert got the nickname Yummy because he loved candy a lot and cookies. His favorite cookies was chocolate chip. His mother has a rap sheet that listed 30 arrests, mostly dealing with prostitution and drugs. His dad would be in and out of incarceration because of gun charges. At the age of 3, Robert was already known to DCFS because of how many times they had to check in on him. During examinations, they would find cigarette burns on his arms and neck. His mom would say his dad was abusing him, but she would later change her story. A year later, he would go stay with his grandmother in Roseland. It was a neighborhood in Chicago. He had a neighbor that he would go to church with, Deborah Dean. Let me mention that her name will come up again later, so follow me. She always said that there was some good in him, and she wanted to save him, but he was something else. But Robert stayed in trouble. He would walk down the street and pick the biggest guy to fight. Being quick with his hands, he started stealing kids' bikes and whatever else he could get his hands on. At the age of 8, Robert decided he wanted to drop out of school and hang out, and at the age of 10, he would be booked on armed robbery. But he would be placed on probation. In 1993, DCFS once again came to get Robert, but this time it was from his grandmother's house. He would be placed in a DCFS shelter on Chicago's north side. Once Robert got there, he would run away and never look back. After running away from DCFS, Robert would be in and out of juvenile detention because of charges such as arson, armed robbery, and drug possession. In the 1980s and 1990s, the Chicago gang war increased. Yummy joined the Black Disciples, also known as the BDs. During that time, the BDs and GDs were in large blocks shooting it out. Yummy joined the BDs and started receiving the acceptance and love he never got at home. On August 24th, 1994, that's when Yummy was tested. He was tasked to go shoot up some rivals. This would show his loyalty to the gang, so he decided to do it. Yummy first started on 108th Street and Perry Avenue, shooting 16-year-old Keonta Britton twice in the back. When police arrived, he identified 11-year-old Yummy as a shooter. Around the corner, police got word of another shooting, which occurred on 108th and South Wentworth. Another 16-year-old named Sammy C was shot, and a stray bullet hit 14-year-old Shavonna Dean. Unfortunately, she died at the scene. Remember I told you about Deborah Dean? Well, that was her mother. That was the lady that used to take him to church when he was younger. What the fuck? Yeah, I know. At midnight, there was word to be on the lookout for Yummy, and he was able to hide for 3 days without being seen. On August 31st, 1994, he went to a neighbor's house, Cassandra Cooper. She told Yummy to come over there and speak to her, so they talked briefly, and she called a squad car. But once she got off the phone with the squad car, Yummy had disappeared. A little later, after the police had left, Yummy came back and gave her his grandmother's number so that his grandmother could pick him up. Once his grandmother arrived, he went missing again. Cooper's daughter said she saw a boy named Derek Hardaway on the side of the house. He told Yummy to come over to him, and he would take him out of town. He didn't question Derek because they were both a part of the BDs. Yummy climbed over the porch, and that's where he vanished. When Yummy vanished, he seen a car waiting on him and decided to get in the car, thinking he was going out of town. Instead of going out of town, Yummy was taken to East 108th Street and Dauphine Avenue. The car parked underneath a railroad underpass. Yummy was told by both Craig and Derek to get on his knees, and that's when the Hardaway brothers shot him twice in the back of his head. Early next morning, September 1st, 1994, Chicago police found 11-year-old Yummy Sandifer dead. Yummy's funeral service was held at the Church of God in Christ on the northwest side of Chicago. There was 400 people in attendance for his service. The reason Yummy was killed was because the leaders of the BDs felt that Yummy knew too much, and they told Craig, "You must silence him." That night, Derek was supposed to get dropped off home, but he knew something was bothering his brother Craig, so that's when he asked what was wrong. Craig told him about the situation and let him know that he had to silence Yummy. Derek, being his brother's keeper, did not want his brother to go alone, so he decided he would go with him. This decision got Craig 60 years for murder and Derek 45 for being a getaway driver after Yummy's murder. No one else was ever charged in the case but these two brothers. After they were convicted, the gang stopped all communication with both Craig and Derek. My condolences go out to all the victims that were involved in the case. I will say it takes a village to raise a child. It is so sad that at a young age he went out and committed these acts. He was never shown love by his mother nor father, and that was heartbreaking. This was the story of Robert Sandifer. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And always remember, tomorrow is never promised, so do what you love today. Peace.